Rock and roll Chicago, rock and roll Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, go to Rocket City, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best you're out around.
Hey, this is Paul Martin
and Ray the Roadie
for the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast. What's up? What's up, Ray? Spring is almost here. You know that.
It is. That's why I brought my umbrella out today.
You did. Mm-hmm. Why is it raining?
I heard something about possible rain today, so I brought my umbrella. Oh. It's a beautiful day, though.
It is. It was a beautiful day.
60 degrees. Oh, man, I'm going to open the pool, I think.
There you go. Yep. There you go. It's almost like it's April.
Almost like April. You know, it always rains in April, too.
Yep.
April showers bring May flowers.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
March comes in like a sea monkey and goes out like a
mollusk.
I didn't say a muskrat.
Muskrat. Okay. Yeah, but seeing that, you know, it is rainy out and April's coming, we should maybe talk to April's rain.
Good idea.
I thought so.
Good idea.
I thought so. I'm always thinking, you know.
Yes, you are. I love how you put that together.
I've got just tons of ideas.
So let's talk to him.
Okay, both of us, or just you, or
we can. You can talk to him.
Okay, I can talk. All right, let's talk to him.
All right, let's see what they have to say.
Let's do it.
Hey, everybody, welcome to the show. Today we're talking with April's Rain. We've got Jeff and Tony and Darren and of course Suzie.
Hey,
lead singer. How are you?
Great.
Hey, doing good.
Good. Hello.
Good. So tell us how the band. How'd you guys get started? First of all, I know you guys have been through some changes over the years, and but tell us how'd you get the name and how'd you get started?
Well,
do you want to take that?
Well, I initially I had never been in a live band before, and I worked at TGI Fridays right by Midway Airport.
Okay.
On 66 in Cicero. And a girlfriend of mine, she was a waitress, and I was a waitress as well. She said, "Hey, you know, my buddy's my boyfriend has a band. He's looking for a singer." She's like, "I know you sing like R&B." She goes, "But would you ever sing rock?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Yeah, why not?" Sing karaoke, right?
Sure.
And so I met with a gentleman named Tom Maychek and Jeff Gordon. And Tom Maychek said, we met at his apartment. He's like, "This is the audition." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Okay.
Yeah.
And he started playing a song, and I sang it, and he's like, "You're in." I'm like, "Oh, okay." That's great.
Cool.
So initially,
no live experience ever singing with anybody live.
No. And I was like, all right, I'll just walk into this. At the very beginning, we were Anxiety Society. So it was with Tom Maychek, Jeff Gordon, Billy McCarthy was the drummer, and Billy came in, and he's just Billy is Billy. And
we just did a podcast with Billy.
Did you really?
Yes.
Oh, he is something else.
Yes.
He is larger than life.
Yes, he is.
If you talk to him at 8 a.m, he's the same. He's on 10.
Yeah.
At all times. As we evolved.
Now, was this before he was in the malls?
This was after, way after.
Way after, yeah.
Because at that time, I'm going to say this was about early 2000s.
Okay.
And I didn't know who Billy was. I didn't know.
Right.
I mean, he told me. I got to know. I was like, oh, wow, the Jamal.
Yeah.
You know, brilliant person. And eventually, as we do know that bands, you know, they form and then they things transgress, people change. Tommy left the band for whatever reason. We got a different guitar player. Billy McCarthy is always in about 100 different projects. He's always doing something. He wakes up, he's doing something. He's going to bed, he's thinking about doing something. He's continuing to do something. We got another drummer. That didn't last long. But eventually we got to Tony Berg, who is here today. Hi, Tony.
Hello.
It's kind of fuzzy for me.
Well, I had been in a band with Ed Switzer, you know Eddie,
Yes,
Paul and Johnny,
yes.
and the Eddie Orbit Band. We had a singer. We played for about 2 years. Had a singer, Angelo Negrete, really good singer.
Rest in peace.
Yep. Recently passed away. But it was a pretty good band. We played for a while, and then my wife and I had my first son, my only kid.
What year is this?
This is probably 05, 06, something like that. And we took a little break. In fact, the bass player at the same time, his wife had a baby. So we took a little break, and then we were going to get back together again. And Angelo was busy with another project, so we reformed. Me, Ed, his brother Johnny, and Dan Graney on bass, and we just all switched, shared the singing duties in that band. And then at the same time, we got that together. I think somebody had left the Anxiety Society.
If I had it's all a blur sometimes. I've been trying to think about this for 2 weeks. I'm like,
I think your guitar player, Tommy, left
how the hell did we get to this?
Well, somehow they needed Ed to fill in. Ed and Jeff, and we, the people she was with, you talk about all these bands. These are people that, I grew up with, a whole group of people. We're connected to Darren for probably decades now through other musicians. So, it was a whole group of us always, in and out of projects. So I think Jeff had called Ed, our guitar player, to see if he could fill in when you lost your guitar player.
Tom Maycheck, yes.
Yeah. So Eddie Switzer, so he went and played with you for, I don't know how long. It was very short-lived.
Yes.
But, Ed said, hey, I got, this band Anxiety Society. They're looking for a guitar player to help out to fill in. You guys mind? And we didn't care. We were like, yeah, that's fine.
Sure.
And, both bands going at the same time. And then your band imploded.
My band imploded.
Anxiety Society imploded.
A band imploding. Imagine that. That's really unbelievable.
So I remember Ed called me up one day and he said, hey, this girl, Suzie, this band is over and done with. He said, I'm going to ask her if she wants to join our band. And I said, yeah, that's fine. I'm good with that. So
that's not how it was brought to me. Do you want to join my band? But I digress.
But so I told Ed, I said, yeah, why don't you ask her, see if she wants to come out and join the band? I think that would, and he evidently, obviously got a hold of you.
Well, and don't forget, by that time we had already changed the name from Anxiety Society.
That's correct.
To April's Reign.
Oh, okay.
During the time before the implosion of Anxiety Society, we had a drummer, and his name was Jeff. For a little while, he was in the band. He likes to say that he made up the name of the band because his daughter's name was April. That is not true. His daughter is a lovely, lovely woman. But I honestly said, because I always thought of myself, when I was younger, I thought of myself as a princess, right? I'm a princess of rock, right?
Okay, sure. You still are.
And well, I'm a little.
You're a queen now.
I'm a queen. Damn it, I'm a queen. So at this point, I was like, I want something reminds myself of me because I'm a lead singer. Everything I want to remind me of me, right?
Sure.
And I wanted a simple name that someone would remember, not like, I thought April was a pretty name that people would remember. Oh, April. And I thought Reign, like a queen, like reign. Sure. I reign over the band.
There you go.
And April's reign came to pass. It did implode. We had Gordy Lawrencell in the band at that time. I'm sorry for going back and forth. I'm a horrible storyteller.
I saw you once at the Coliseum.
Yes. And
Gordy was in the band then.
Gordy, amazing keyboard player,
right.
Amazing piano player, amazing songwriter. He also left the band. So people were just in and out.
Right.
And it was just me that was just sticking around. Eddie joined the band.
Yeah. And it wasn't unusual for that. I mean, like I said, a bunch of us all grew up like Gordy. I mean, I've known Gordy for probably 40 years. So
Yeah, he
had done projects with him, years ago with that original stuff. So, guys floating in and out of bands. And
I think it's that area, right? Evergreen
Yeah.
Park, Orland,
yeah.
That whole southwest suburb
Right.
area. It's like all you rock guys know each other.
Right.
involved in projects at various times. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know how long April's Rain before you came with us. That short-lived, probably.
I would say maybe 2 or 3 years, maybe.
Okay.
It was a while. I mean, we were gigging every place, everywhere, in God's green earth of the southwest suburbs of Chicago.
But
And
she
Chicago.
evidently agreed to at least come out and check it out. So
Yeah, well, Eddie did not tell me that I was joining his band. It was kind of like we're going to do this. You're coming. We together collectively are going in this direction.
right.
All right, I'm just a girl. Let's go. Let's sing. I just wanted to sing.
Right.
And I am not like a managerial person, so I'm like, where do I show up on Saturday night?
But you brought the name April's Rain with you.
I did because we had already established it, and it was the girl with the big hair.
Right.
She's in April's Rain. So
And I
let's
we
do
had
this.
talked about that, and Ed, we all, again, know each other. Ed was tighter with, Jeff than, than the rest of us. And I think he got Jeff's blessing, I don't know if that was even necessary,
Yeah.
but to continue to use the name. And, you guys were booking through Joey DeMarco at the time. And
Absolutely,
I think Joey agreed, Ed had talked to him about what the best course was to take with the name. And, he agreed that was probably the best thing to do.
Probably still booking with Joey too, right?
And still booking with Joey, yeah.
Yeah,
Everybody does. Everyone does.
The infamous Joey DeMarco.
Yes.
Yes.
So, but yeah, we, that's how it all came together. We, the
What
first
year
night,
was
probably 06. That's what I'm thinking.
Gosh.
Yeah, 06. And
I was like 10.
I started working at Blue Chip in 06.
Well,
So
we-
you guys
and-
started playing there shortly after that, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I still say that's the first gig we had with her. I know.
It was.
Yeah, and I know Ed will listen to this at one point and disagree with me. He says it was Bourbon Street, but no, it was the Blue Chip. It was we billed at the Eddie Orbit Band with special guest Suzie Castillo, and the plan was we were going to play half of the material we were doing, all sharing the singing duties, mostly Ed, but and then you were going to come up and do some songs. And if I remember correctly, you just spent the whole night on
I
stage.
was going to say that
Yeah.
I got kind of shafted on that because I did the whole fucking show.
No.
Nobody told me
Yes,
you guys were doing half of it. It's kind of bullshit. Man.
So we kind of hit the ground running. That was when the Blue Chip was doing that late band deal. There was the headliner, and then another band would come up and play like midnight to 3.
Right.
And we did that for quite a while. But we hit the ground running right from there on. I mean, she really literally came out and rehearsed with us. It wasn't even really an audition. I mean, it was more.
All right.
We were in Ed's garage. He said she's coming over. She came over. She walked in. We probably sang about 8 or 9 songs, and she's like, "Okay, it's good to go." And we said, "All right." And we had the set list, and it's like most of the songs we played, for years anyway. So
So now Ed is in Oklahoma or somewhere.
Ed is in Arkansas.
Arkansas. Okay,
Yeah.
I was close.
Arkansas.
Yes.
Yeah, health issues, and I think that was a better location for him with being up here at the rough winters and stuff like that.
Right.
And his parents had relocated down there too. So
I see.
So he went down there, and we, and then, like Suzie said, these, bands, you evolve, you go through guitar players. We had, Lou Caruso for a while,
Yeah. Rest in peace.
Yeah,
He's not here today.
Lou Caruso, the great Lou Caruso, and, Tony Placentia, who else? I can't even think.
It's been a whirlwind.
Yes.
I feel like Tony Berg and I are he's like my work husband.
Yeah.
Because I've been with him for a long, long, long time.
Well, that is true. We probably are, probably the longest surviving members, I guess you could say. So
yeah, knock on wood, Jesus. What do you mean longest surviving?
Yeah, well, because we had, we went through a couple bass players before we got Darren, and one of the greatest bass players around in the area.
Well, you know what's strange? I've known Darren, probably for half my life because of my stepfather, Ron Derby. You're like best friends with him. And
okay.
he, and now that's a different rock circuit, right? That's like the city of Chicago South Side
Right.
Those guys all know each other too. Everybody from the south side of Chicago who plays a rock instrument knows each other or have been in a band together.
And we had so many connections between other people. We all, I mean, everybody knows somebody that knows, oh, I know them. I know.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
we also, I forgot to mention, we had Gary Carboni at one point as a drummer before you. Rest in peace as well. He has also passed.
Yeah, crazy.
Another brilliant musician as well. He was in there with us for a while. But yeah, so many different.
And then you had Johnny, who was Eddie's brother.
Yeah, Johnny and Eddie were in the band for the longest time, and then Johnny got involved in some other projects, and that's when we brought Tony on, and he was with the band for a couple of years, and then he left the band, and we got Johnny back, and then again, Johnny was busy in other projects too, so that got to be, was tough for him to dedicate his time, and then that's when.
And now you have Jeff. And Jeff, I understand you knew Johnny. So everybody knew somebody, right?
It's so strange.
Everybody knew somebody.
Yeah, I knew Johnny for probably 10 to 12 years, and I've seen April's Rain before, and I was playing. I came here from Detroit in I think the late 90s.
Were you playing Motown down there?
I was not playing Motown. I was a heavy metal guy. I was sort of playing in bars when I was 14 years old in Detroit.
You can do that in Detroit, yeah. I
don't know if you can do it anymore. But yeah, I came here and, I did some original music. And then one of my friends, she was a great singer, another one who's passed. And she talked me into joining her cover band. So that was my first cover band.
Who was that?
Her name was Sandy. She was a great singer. She's a very good friend of Kimmy Hayes as well. She was a great singer, and so she got me. She talked me into joining a band called My Headphone World.
Cool.
And we were playing around in the suburbs. I learned all this stuff, and then I eventually went into a band called Reckless, and that lasted several years, just until about the pandemic. It was starting to not get fun for me playing the type of music that we were doing, and so it was kind of like a mutual thing. So we kind of parted ways right before the pandemic hit, and I think they did like one more show after. And then I was looking I reached out to Johnny for something because I hadn't talked to him in probably like 5 years.
Johnny Switzer, right?
Johnny Switzer. Mm-hmm. And then we were always just talking, something else besides music I reached out to him for. And then I asked him, are you guys doing any music? You guys playing now? He says, well, I'm just kind of, he sounded like he was sick of, I don't know, just the grind and getting home at 3 a.m. like we all do and stuff like that. And he says, well, it sounds like that they're right up your alley. What do you think? He said, I told him 2 weeks ago that I was done. So if you want the audition, I thought about it. I was like, yeah, I think I would like that. So then,
so here you are.
Here I am. Yeah. Yes. I mean, I don't even know if they auditioned anyone. I think it sounded like it was kind of like Susie's thing where
you're in.
Yeah. I mean, but I went there and I knew like 20 some songs that kind of overlapped with my old band, and we kind of played together and everything gelled. There's a fire starting in my heart. We two love people returning out the dark. Finally, I can see you crystal clear. Go ahead and tell me how that I lay your shit there. See how I leave with every piece of you. Don't underestimate the things that I will do. There's a fire starting in my heart. Reaching out people's reaching and figuring out the dark.
I think the main thing with Jeff was Do you prefer Detroit style pizza or tavern style Chicago thin crust?
We did have them discussions.
And we debated with that. And,
Squares or triangles?
yeah, see, that's the thing.
I am a square pizza.
Oh boy.
Or
I don't
deep
know.
dish. So Chicago deep dish. I'm a little on that guy.
But
from
it did
Detroit.
work out great, really, because Johnny, and it was everything was cool. Johnny, like Jeff said, Johnny was I think just burnt out, running his own painting business and gigging, with us, and getting home at 3-4 in the morning, and it was just kind of tough. And it was within a matter of just a couple of weeks, he had called me and said, "Hey, I know this guitar player. He like you said, it might be right up your what you guys need, up your alley." And I said, "Yeah, great," and called Jeff. In fact, I think I was on vacation. I was in Michigan.
Yeah.
And I called him from the balcony of our hotel, and we chatted for a little bit. And I said, "Yeah, when we come back, let's get together and see what happens." And from the day he came out, it worked out really well, and we've been together ever since.
Probably since April.
Probably about a year now. So yeah.
Cool.
I was just saying the way it happened for my friend Jeff, he kind of got off light, so I do remember.
That is true.
It was November 2014. I remember this well. I'll never forget it. Tony and I have been friends for a long time, as well as me and Suzie, so. But anyway, I remember it was second week of November of that year, and all of a sudden I get a text from Tony. I'm at work. I go on lunch. I get a text from Tony. "You want to join April's Rain?" I'm like, "Are you shitting me?" He says, "Yeah, you want to join April's Rain?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay, when?" "Now."
Yeah.
I'm like, "Sure, all right." He goes, "Okay, I'll send you the set list." So he sends me the set list. I said, "All right, great. When do you want me to have this ready by?" This Friday and Saturday. And this was a Tuesday afternoon.
Yeah, I remember it was a Tuesday or Wednesday. You're right. Yeah, we had lost our bass player. One of them last minute, just crazy. Again, band, some drama, surrounding bands. That that's a story for another day.
So thank goodness I knew the majority of the set list. There was a few that I didn't know. So I would work 12-hour days, come home, and just cram session like the rest of that week on the stuff that I didn't know, which obviously paid off,
Hey.
But I do recall that Friday night was at Nico's.
We played Nico's on Friday, and we played the Blue Chip on Saturday. Yeah.
I remember the first time you came into Blue Chip, and I says, "Who's this left-handed monster?" He play left-handed. He played bass left-handed, and I says, "You were a powerhouse."
It took me like maybe 2 or 3 shows to get comfortable with all the arrangements and such. But I was like, he was like, "Okay, we got Nico's Friday and Blue Chip Saturday night," and right there, I just started like sweating bullets. I'm like, "Oh God, yeah, put me on the spot."
But it went great. Obviously, a great bass player. I've had the honor to play with some really good bass players in this area. Dan Graney, one of them. And Darren, another, 2 really monster bass players, but he came in and knocked it out of the park.
Yeah, he did.
I remember playing and just looking at Johnny like, "Oh my God, this is where did this guy come?" I had known Darren, but never played with him, never jammed with him, but to be on stage with him and see how good he was and just how much better he made us. It was
No rehearsal.
no rehearsal, nothing. Nope.
Went in cold.
Went in cold, and again hit the ground running. Just gigging, every weekend. And
You think this left-handed bass player needed any rehearsal? No. He's a badass. He's very unassuming, though, right?
Yes.
Looks like I'm gonna just chill here, and then he comes out and he just blows the fucking water, everything out of the water. We go places, and then there's like people just staring at him playing the bass. I'm like, all right, that's cool. All right. So yeah, excellent bass player. He knows what he's doing. He's the pride of the South Side.
So Jeff, you've kind of been in since COVID, right? Since we started playing again after COVID, right?
Yes. Yep.
How did you guys survive through COVID? Did you guys do any live streaming stuff or anything? Or or just rehearse, or were you able to rehearse?
We weren't even really able to rehearse. Every day I thought that the world was going to end and we were going to die.
Right.
So I was sitting in my house in my basement crying and eating. But it was pretty difficult. I mean, we didn't know how to, do we practice or do we not rehearse? It was very.
Will we play again ever?
Yes. It was kind of depressing, right? We didn't have any contact with other people to play and to interact in shows. For me, it was depressing. And I went on a crash diet because I was eating everything every night. It was pretty tough for me.
But yeah, probably didn't play a lot for that whole time. I mean, got together maybe, socially because we know each other and stuff, but, probably didn't play for quite a while.
No.
And, thankfully everything kind of came around again now. So
Yeah.
We basically stayed in contact, through texts and whatnot.
Sure.
But, playing wise, we really didn't get together until like the following year.
Right.
it was tough. I mean, it's been a tough time, obviously, the last couple of years for bands and local entertainment. It's been a struggle, So
I felt like it was difficult for Jeff because it's like, hey, you're in April's Rain. Yeah. All right, now we're not going to do shit because there's a fucking pandemic going on. So it was hard for us to connect collectively as a band, really connect until after, I don't know, maybe 6 months ago. Then we really kind of.
Yeah, pretty much as soon as I got in, you guys had booked something. You're asking me, is that all right? I'm like, sure, but then again, through the whole thing, I wasn't really playing as much as I should be, and my calluses were built, were gone on my fingers.
Right.
And I had to do some serious woodshedding to learn like another, 40 songs that on top of the 20 that I already knew,
Yeah.
So I had to do a lot of serious practicing, spend a lot of hours dialing everything in.
So you said that you play in an original band. Have you guys ever toyed with any original music?
We have, from time to time. It's just we
have in the past, but then I think through some band changes and never really put anything down. And we talk about it, but
it's hard because then when you change band members, well, then they're like, well, that's my song, and you kind of don't want to play something that someone else who's not in the band any longer has written, because then it just gets a little hairy in the situation.
And we're bad when it comes to
It's like Six playing Lady or something.
But we try to. It's like anything. You try to make the time, but we got families, and Susie's got a couple kids now. I got my kid. My kid's 18, and busy with work. It's really hard to get together, and we say we're going to do this. Let's we talk about originals every now and then. Well, I wrote this, I wrote that. What do you think? But probably obviously spent more time with the cover material and playing shows. But I never rule anything like that out.
Yeah.
So
Jeff, you write songs, right?
I do, and I'm still playing in an original band at this time, but most of my time is focused on all the cover music, because I have to keep going over. We don't do the same set when we play, so I have to keep going over, keeping everything fresh, keeping the guitar solos fresh, and all the scales.
you guys work off a set list, don't you?
We do.
Yeah, we try to change it around, but we're trying to refine it now and add some stuff and try to put together a nice little package.
Yeah, I don't remember Suzie yelling out a song. We're doing this one next, or we're doing that one next. No.
You know damn well it's on that set list.
Yes.
I like when people are like, could you play a country song? I'm like, you know what? Why not? Right?
Yeah.
Let's look on the set list, see what's a country song we're going to play. Yeah.
But yeah, that's what we've been doing now. Just lately, it's just like I said, refining the set list and adding some stuff and trying to cater to to what we do. You've seen the band, so
Yeah, I've seen the band. I've seen the band a few times, but
Many times,
for somebody out there who hasn't seen the band, how would you describe your music? I mean, what do you guys do?
That's a good question.
Cross all genres, it's just a little bit of everything. Obviously, playing off of Susie's, charisma and stage presence and singing ability, and
Some Janice.
Yeah,
Oh,
Janis
Janis, of
Joplin,
course.
Bruno Mars. We try to be, fun casino type, play the kind of music that people know and recognize, and
Yeah, stuff that people want to dance to. You
Yeah.
know, we're trying to. I think we're trying to bring more of that into the set, just to get people out and get people dancing.
Right.
That's what the club owners and
That's what they want to hear and want to
that's
see.
what people want to do. They want to have fun.
You want to know something though, Paul? When I first joined the band, when I first joined a live band, I imagined that I was going to be like Heart. I was going to be like, I could see my big hair blowing in the wind, and I would just play like, I was going to be like Stevie Nicks, and I was just going to be the shit, and I was going to be just, and it turned out, and then I ended up singing like Guns N' Roses and Led Zeppelin.
Yeah.
It turned into way better than I ever dreamed of in my life.
Sweet Child of Mine.
Sweet Child of Mine, like just stuff that I never initially thought I would be singing, and I'm there singing. What's it called? Take Me Across the Water. I'm singing "Stealing" by Uriah Heep.
Yeah.
Like I thought I just didn't think it was going to go the way it did, and I mean I'm blessed. I thank God that it did, because there's some music that I never ever would have been,
Right.
just thought of or learned.
But yeah, put yourself into that type of music.
Yeah, and because I'm a female, I think a lot of people would be like, "Why the hell is she singing that song?"
Yeah.
And then they're like, "This is fucking cool."
Yeah.
It works.
You know?
That definitely works.
So it worked out. I like to challenge myself to do stuff that nobody would ever think that a chick would be up there singing.
Yeah, get the crowd going, stealing when you should have been buying.
Yeah.
And I think we got a nice mix of tunes like that where people just go, wow, because we play a lot of the standard stuff, but we do, pull some stuff out left field here.
Yeah,
and there, and just, people are like, wow, okay. But it's been a fun ride. I mean, I don't know. I would think 16 years is a pretty long time for a cover band. I mean, to survive in this area, and we're still having fun, still at it. So.
Still knocking them dead.
Yeah, trying anyway. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
In my life, I think this is the most stable thing I've ever done in my entire life. The thing that has stayed the same in my life. This is it.
Yeah.
That tells you the life of
and even with all the ups and downs, and like I said, the band drama, and your typical. I'm sure every band goes through stuff like that. We've been through a lot of.
But listen, I'm a female. I'm not the one with the drama. Okay. Ironically enough, I am not the one that's got all this drama going on. Everyone always has a stigma about the woman, the female in the band, that she's
I guess
she's difficult.
That's probably true. Yeah.
I mean, I am late to everything. I am late to every show that I've ever had in my life. However, I don't think I cause problems. Too many problems.
I think the drama we've had in the band is probably not any different than a lot of bands, and just different. It's just. I always said that the book that could be written, about April's Rain would be very interesting. I don't know how many people would want to read it, but
I'm gonna write it.
But I mean, it's chock full of we've lost a band member to suicide. I mean, that was horrible.
Yes.
We've been through childbirths and different.
Yeah, Tony has given birth many times.
Yes.
It's very interesting.
But I'm just saying. I mean, we've run through so many different scenarios, different things. And
Paul, do you remember seeing me 8 months pregnant at the Blue Chip?
Yes.
It was a challenge. I thought I was going to give birth on stage. But one thing about the Blue Chip, it's like,
We got a lot of paramedics there.
well, there's a lot of paramedics, thank God. But there's also like a family there that everybody knows everybody. And I felt like I didn't feel uncomfortable, weighing 450 pounds up there and ready to give birth. Everyone was genuinely like, there's Suzie. She's going to have a baby.
Yeah.
Well, I know
on
when
stage tonight.
Yeah.
Right. There's her water breaking. Oh, shit.
Well, I know when you had your first. I think the last gig we played was 2 weeks before.
It was 2 weeks before.
And then we played the next gig we played after you had the baby was 2 weeks after.
Yeah.
So.
It was interesting. interested. I was like, let's see how I do this. Is this really going to happen? All right.
Look, her water broke when they were doing Bridge Over Troubled Waters.
We booked
was that planned?
Yeah.
I know with your second baby, with Roman, we had booked a show, a corporate show, and it was close to your pregnancy.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget the look of horror on the general manager of the company's face when we walked in to play this gig, and she was, eight and a half months pregnant, and she just was horrified, like something you were gonna give birth on stage.
Oh yes. But listen. So I'll tell you one thing, guys. One time, my first pregnancy, the band decided that they were going to get a temporary singer to fill in for me.
Oh, they were.
I was.
They thought that, huh?
That's what the fuck they thought.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
So, and me being the petty woman that I was okay, yeah, fuck you. Go ahead, get another singer. Go ahead.
Probably one of I would think in the history of the band, one of the biggest mistakes we ever made, a miscalculation. And I think that was because we had some gigs booked, and I think Joey thought it might be a good idea, but I mean, really, when you look at April's Rain, she is April's Rain,
right?
And and we realized that, but I think at the time we were, worried about the couple of shows we had booked, but it didn't go well. I mean, because we would.
So you did have someone else.
Well, for 2 or
they
3
did,
shows,
Paul.
yeah.
Oh no.
Well, and I remember playing a gig. A bar owner had hired us up in, I don't know if we Crystal Lake or somewhere, and we walked in, and he's looking around, and we went up on stage, and he came up to me and came up to Ed. Where's the girl? Well, she's right there. No, that's not the same girl.
Damn right, that's not the girl.
Yeah.
You know when your
Pregnant
wife,
or not, doesn't matter. I want her here.
you know when your wife tell you want to go out and do something, and your wife doesn't want you to, and she says, "Sure,
Yeah.
go ahead."
Yeah.
And you shouldn't do it.
Yeah.
You know it's going to be fucked up because she does not want you to do it. That's what I said. I said, go. Yeah,
Obviously, looking back in retrospect, I mean, at the time, we probably should have just canceled a couple of shows at the,
You bastards. I'm not over it. Obviously, I'm not over it.
Who's causing the drama now?
Well, but then, and really, I got to give you credit because that was when you had come back, and I think we did fulfill the commitments we had, and that was when we played up until right when you had the baby.
Right to the end. Yeah.
Yeah. So you certainly could have told us to go pound when we asked you if you could come back and, play those couple of shows.
Bastards.
But yeah, that was an interesting time, I'd have to say.
It was interesting for me. I was like, go ahead, let's see how this train wreck fucking goes.
But you can see that. I mean, that's I think that.
But you stayed home, right? You stayed home. You didn't go to the show or anything.
Hell no. Look,
No.
And I remember the day the girl came to see the show, and Eddie thought I was going to be friends with her or something. I ignored her. I was like, no, I don't know who this bitch is, but it's not me, and I'm not talking to her.
The way it was going to go in our mind, it was not the way that it went down.
No, sir.
But the good thing about April's Rain is, like I said, I mean, Suzie, she's the face of the band, and I always kind of described our band as she's kind of like the female Elvis. She's out there, she's out there, and then we're in the back there,
Wearing her jumpsuit. Right?
Yeah. But and then we're kind of the backing band. I never really looked at us as that, but I think it always worked because that never bothered us that she got all the attention. I was the face of the band. We were just happy playing and having a good time and grooving on that. Getting the chemistry that we have, me and Darren and now Jeff, and it works like that. I think that the couple of people that we've had in and out of April's Rain that might have had problems with her, as far as an ego standpoint or something. Obviously, they're not in the band. Well, they're obviously not in the band anymore. So,
right.
But no, so far so good.
There was one person that was in the band, and I won't say who, but he was strange. He said that I didn't appreciate him, or I don't know. What did he say that we were? It was. I know you don't want to go there, Tony. But
Yeah,
I'm going there.
that all
I'm
goes
going
well.
there.
That all goes back to, like I said, the people that don't. We've had members drift in and out of April's Rain obviously over the years, and I think I don't know what they want. I don't know what they expect from Suzie. I've always said that I think that there's some kind of weird dynamic where I think they they want her to be the same person she is on stage, away from. There's some weird thing there where
nobody is, right?
No. You had a persona about you, and that kicks into gear when you go on stage.
Yeah, nobody's the same.
And I do remember him and I having this conversation about Suzie, and a lot of just questioning. I don't know. She doesn't respect us. She doesn't talk to me. She doesn't do that, and she doesn't. We're not. I don't feel like we're friends. I don't feel like we're friends. Just weird. Weird. And my whole point was, I said, hey, dude, this is a great band. I mean, I don't see what the problem is. I don't quite understand where you're coming from. I mean, it is weird. It was just an odd, I don't know.
I try to be respectful to my bandmates. They make me sound good, right? I'm just some girl on stage singing if I don't have good musicians behind me.
Right.
And he was a great musician. He was a really good player, but
he would kiss his ass or something.
It was very odd. I mean, it got to the point to where he was, demanding meetings and band meetings. And I said, well, I said, well, first of all, we're a cover band. I said, so, you got to keep in perspective. I said, but it's a great thing. I mean, we're gigging at places we never played before. She's a great singer. It's a great show. I mean, we're having a lot of fun. I don't know why we get, mired down in all this nonsense. I could never figure out what that, but I guess that's just, how some musicians are built. And I don't know necessarily if he had an ego, but I just think he was expecting a different relationship with you in the band when we really were just bandmates. I mean, at the time,
some people you get closer to in a band, right?
Sure.
You gel with and then some people, you just don't have the same interest. It's not a big deal.
Right.
It doesn't mean you can't get on stage and play together.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But you see, Suzie on stage is very animated and, does got a great stage.
It's nothing bad.
Right. No. But she's got a great stage presence and all that stuff. And I think part of it with him was he would be frustrated that didn't drift off like when we were off stage. And I'm like, well, she's not that she's different. That's a different person on stage. It's not.
I go home and I have a cat and I want to read books and drink coffee and not see people. There's nothing wrong with that, right?
No.
Yeah, no.
I don't know.
And it's funny how you mentioned that you have a different persona when you go on stage, because I was told when I strap my bass on, it's like I become a completely different person. And it's like, I'm like, stay away from you or whatever, I'm here to do a job,
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, I mean, most people do become somebody different,
Sure. I always try to cater to, like, why would anyone want to watch you on stage if you're not entertaining them? It's not about you, what you want. No, it's not about me as a entertainer of what I want. It's what that crowd wants.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
They don't want to sit there and look at you and I don't know, just singing, standing there, not moving around. They want to see a show.
Right. Mm-hmm. Right.
They want you to interact, and it's somebody's birthday. Hey, acknowledge that.
Well, people come to be entertained.
Sure.
And forget about their problems for a couple hours or whatever it may be. And the entertainment part of it is what you provide,
You want to make eye contact.
Sure.
Let them know, like, hey, I'm not just up here thinking I'm the shit. Like, you're the shit. Like, you're making, because you're here, I'm having a good time on stage. And I love being on stage.
You're very personable off stage. I mean,
yeah. Well,
I know you make a lot of friends wherever you go.
Yeah, I try to, why not? Give me free drinks and stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Free coffee.
Yeah, but I've been trying to challenge Suzie on stage. I've been known to wander around and jump up on the bars and whatever.
Jeff is a different guitar player. Jeff is like a cat. Like, he jumps on things. He jumps on stages, and he jumps on bars. Amplifiers. So he's just, he's like a cat. I'm going to say that. Yes. It's very interesting. And I do enjoy the interaction with Jeff because he makes eye contact with me. He's right there. He's, like, I know Darren is busy playing his motherfucking bass. And I'm not messing with him.
Right,
He's a
right.
lefty. I am a lefty too, so I get him. You know what I'm saying?
Lefty's he's in his right mind, though.
Exactly. Yes.
Doomch.
And Jeff he's into the show. He's playing his guitar and he's doing his thing, and I appreciate that because he's making the show better. You know, I'm not the one up there just doing cartwheels. He is too. So it's awesome.
So go ahead. Tony.
And then I was going to say, I'm in the back with all the, all the hardware and artillery and furniture in front
Yes.
of me, the drum set. So I'm protected. I'm protected by all that.
Tony's back there. He's got his bald head, his badass biker bald head, and he looks like a badass back there.
Yeah.
He's running a marathon every show.
Right. Yeah. I especially love the blue chip behind the glass shield. I get asked by so many people about that. What is that? What do they use that for? Why is there something in front of
Everyone asks.
Everybody asks about that. They're just amazed at that drum shield.
It's a spit shield. So
Well, I always tell them it's just to protect me from them throwing things at me
yeah. Look at me out there. Ready for,
From the tomato.
I used to tell drummers, I says, but when the lights hit you, you can see your reflection. You look really good playing those drums.
damn right. Damn right.
That is true. Yeah, you can see myself. I can see my big bald head many times. Many blue chip shows under our belt. So, actually, I mean, one of our favorite places to play. I mean, wouldn't you?
Absolutely.
I mean, the friends we've made out there, and we've been playing out there ever since the inception of the band. And, that place is just a blast. It's a lot of fun.
It's definitely become one of my favorite places to play.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
This podcast brought to you by the Blue Chip Casino.
I was just going to mention that. Just a lot of blue chip going on. Better call their advertising department.
there
Be
you
there
go.
again soon.
Actually, we are coming up.
So you guys do have gigs booked up right now?
We're the next show is
Fergie and Foz. Fergie and Foz
The
is
11th?
in Summit next to Fleetwood Roller Rink.
Yeah, Archer.
And that's on the 11th, and then the 25th at the Blue Chip. I just booked a show in April at Finnegan's Pub. I think that's in Dyer.
Yes.
Oh, really?
So
Yeah, I know Finnegan's.
I'm a recent, transplant out to Indiana, so I've been trying to, work on some shows out there, post pandemic and stuff. So
And what date is that for?
that is April. I can't remember the date offhand. I know I just booked it the other day.
Being that it's April, you guys should be busy the whole month.
Yes, absolutely,
Exactly.
absolutely. Yeah.
Every single night somewhere.
But yeah, you can check. You can check it out on our Facebook page, April's Rain Band, and we update it when we book.
Do you have a website too?
We did for the longest time, and then really, honestly, I mean, wouldn't you agree, Susie? Just most people seem to gravitate towards the Facebook page.
Yeah. We made a decision to just keep Facebook.
Yeah, it just seemed to work out better for us. So
Any other social media?
Instagram. We're on Instagram as well. But for the most part, just mainly Facebook. That's about it, I think.
yeah.
So April's Rain on Facebook. Right?
April's Rain Band on Facebook, yes. And then we're all on there in our own profiles.
Yeah.
So, which is cool.
Well, it's been fun, guys.
Yeah, it's been all right.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Oh yeah, it's been great. It's
Thanks
really
for coming out and joining us
Yes.
on this nice warm evening.
And we got a quick tour of the museum here, and it's gonna be
Don't say I'll have to charge you a cover.
it's gonna be fantastic.
Ron,
I mean, it looks
Ron, if you're listening to this,
it
don't
does
pay attention.
Shut it off right now.
Shut it off right now.
it does look great. It does look great here.
If it's
We
any
only got to see a
consolation,
small portion.
I was late, so I didn't get the tour. So,
Okay.
all right, that goes well.
I'll give you the tour in a few minutes.
All right.
Thanks,
All right.
guys.
Thanks
Thanks
a lot.
for joining us.
Have a good one.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you.
See you soon.
Good thing I brought my umbrella. See, it was April's rain.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, that was April's Rain. That was new guitarist Jeff and old drummer Tony. I don't mean old. I don't mean to call Tony old, but
Yeah, that's not really nice.
no. He's been the drummer for a long time.
You could say he's the elder.
Yes, elder statesman.
Yes.
And we had Darren on bass guitar, and Queen Suzie.
Queen Suzie.
Yes, indeed.
Susie Q.
She is the face of the band.
I'll bet you most people think that her name is April.
Probably, you're right.
They probably do, and she really is the face of the band. Just like they're saying, it's a brand, and she is the brand.
She is.
That's what the people think of when they see her. I mean, they did that one gig without her, and the guy's like, "Where is she?" You know?
So you can't replace Suzie.
Nope, not at all.
So it's good talking with them and getting some of the backstory on April's Rain.
Yeah, I can't believe they've been together that long. That's a long time.
Yes, it is. Yes, they have.
And their good friend Billy McCarthy was a drummer for them. That was wild. I didn't know that.
Yeah,
That was pretty cool.
I may need to write a book about that.
Maybe. Oh, well, Suzie said she's going to write a book. She's going to write the whole bio of April's Rain.
Yeah, but she couldn't remember the timelines, I don't think.
Yeah, maybe not. You can always make it up. Who would know?
That's right.
Except the people that were actually there.
Right.
Yeah, I'm glad to see that they're out again. Got some gigs coming up.
Yep.
Right into April.
Yep.
I crack myself up sometime.
Crack me up.
I'm glad. Good thing. You're cracking me up, Sam. So, once again, we're here at the beautiful Illinois Rock and Roll Museum on Route 66 in our beautiful studio here. And make sure you check them out at roadtorock.org. Sign up to be a charter member. They're going to be opening up soon. I don't know exactly when, but it's getting closer and closer from opening date.
You know what else they can check out?
What's that?
They can check out the Rock and Roll Chicago podcast.net or .com, either one.
Either one.
And they can find out some of the other bands that we've interviewed too.
That's right. We're hitting 3 digits.
Yes.
3-digit episodes. That's crazy. Who ever thunk?
I don't know. I don't know.
I didn't think I could put up with you for more than maybe a dozen.
Yeah. Well,
I'm still here.
still got me.
Yeah, I know. I'm not drinking anymore. I'm not doing drugs. I'm still doing the podcast. I must be having fun.
That's good. That's good.
So we shall. I guess we'll see you. Talk to you soon next week.
Talk to you next week, people.
Take care. Thanks for listening.
Bye. Rock and Roll Chicago podcast does not own the rights to any of the music that's played on this podcast.
The music is used to promote the band or musicians that are
Rock
interviewed.
and roll Chicago, rock and roll Chicago, my hometown. Well, I was born in the city, go to Rocket City, Chicago. Chicago rock and rollers are the best here I've ever